December 17th, 2025. You know, back on April, what was it? April 28th, 24. Was a Sunday. I walked into Walmart on the strip. Guys on the phone and said I listened to the recorded line. That agent did admit to telling on her. And he did talk to her like that. They better do something about it. And an officer in uniform shows up. Karen and I was listening to this today. We all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. It was a drug cartel in your home before. Okay? And we all know that guy told on you before, and I want to know how he heard it. You take off after. Well, Stark County Sheriffs made fun of this guy Kurt that was paying for the harassment before, and they talked about him in May of 21. Now, Mel's kids, with the FBI case, Mel got caught telling the kids to lie, and the kids stating they made everything up. They were games of pretend on Thanksgiving of 18 in the basement of a legally bugged house. And when I asked John what was going on, he didn't know. He told Mel, his ex-wife, that they were going to be David and I were going to go through a divorce. We were going to be moving. I was going to be moving out. That she just have the kids make up something, but don't worry about it, Mom. Nobody can say anything bad about you. You should probably have her church people make up something too, but don't worry about it. Nobody can say anything bad about you. Dave even defends me within a few days. Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You've never hurt anybody. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Okay. Well, everybody knew they got tapes stating they made everything up. They were games of pretend. Well, it's that was Thanksgiving of 18. Here it is, May of 21. And people are just acting like he just found out they were lying. They called him out in Walmart 62. And Melissa called her stupid for trying this in front of him. Okay? Alright. So, the Stark County Sheriffs were laughing at this guy, Kurt. Said if Kurt just found out those kids are lying, he's slow. Well, he tells everybody to stay out of it because the cops called him slow. Alright, so, he's on the phone. He said, Kurt, none of this is funny. They have the agent over her case taped, admitting to telling on her before he talked to her. They have these people taped admitting they drugged her and told her to say it before, photoshopped everything and made everything up on her. They have her whole family taped, saying that they didn't know anything about it and defending her. None of this is funny. Everybody stay out of it. Okay. By the front register, Pam and her granddaughter. Uncle Dave said he had someone tape her before. Who the cops say it was? Drug cartel. What'd they say? They drugged me and told me to say it before. They photoshopped everything and made everything up on me. And where that little girl said, Uncle Dave said he had someone tape her before. Oh, they'll verify it. We walk outside. The investigators all lost him. Took her long enough to confess she was part of those stalking tapes with Dave. Her family was linked to the following rending. Now she's in it with those stalking tapes with Dave. Her family better never back anything. The police already taped him saying they didn't know anything about it and defending her. And these people taped admitting they drugged her and told her to say it before, photoshopped everything and made everything up on her. That means they were in it with Dave the whole time trying to kill her and cover it up. They'd have to arrest him. Well, later that night, out in North Canton, some guy was outside. I don't want her to know that I'm here. I told that girl she needs to realize how not funny this is. That, you step out for a second? They need to realize how not funny this is. She's got tape knowing of the tapes before. If you get caught part of the tapes before, you're going to go to jail a long time. That guy Chris, they said they raced out of the room. I found out she don't even know who he is. And I found out he was one of the main people harming her. Well, then after that, people started saying how poor Pam's family was. Pam's family's never been poor. Her dad, Ronnie, owned an electrical company. She's been an RN nurse. She was an LPN at 18 when she graduated high school, making $18 an hour in 1984. That's ungodly money. She's an RN nurse for 30 years. Jack was an electrician. My son John was an electrician, made $150,000 10, 15 years ago. They had the income of $250,000 to $300,000+ per year for 30 years. They are the wealthy, rich people. But where Kaylee told me on, where I got rear-ended in March of 18, and I went over her house, she said, well, you know about Savannah. I said, I know of her, but I don't know her. What do you mean you don't know her? I said, why would I? She's a little 18-year-old kid with her parents. Her parents went to that church a long time ago, 1984 or 85. Been 30 years. And over 6 years that we went there, we hardly went. We probably said hi to Pam and Jack maybe 6 to 10 times passing. Hi, how are you? How's your kids? How are your grandkids? Polite conversation of people you knew 30 years ago. Had nothing to do with them. I said, I know of her, but I don't know her. What do you mean you don't know her? Why would I? She said, you know that baby she holds? And I said, I've seen her hold a baby. She said, that's some big drug dealer's baby. I said, what does that have to do with anything? She looked at me stupid. I looked her up. It was her Facebook friend that followed around me. I thought, what does she have to do with this? Well, after I had posted how much Pam and Jack make, being an RN nurse and electrician, out in North Canton, some people were talking. That guy Chris and his friends that were helping out said no one's to say a word. They thought that family was poor, and they were helping harm her to steal for that family because they thought it was poor, and they found out how rich they were. Oh, they have always been rich. Her dad owned an electrical company. Her grandparents owned real estate, and they owned actual companies, buildings that they rental units. They've always been rich. They were rich, became rich, became rich. They were never poor. They would go down to Disney World about this time of year and spend a whole month down there, take a whole group, because they make so much money. Now think about this. You think your friend's poor, you're going to drug, beat, and rape somebody? Crush their head in, kill them, human traffic them to steal from them? Run a scam on them to steal from the government because you think your family's poor? Help the human traffickers sell and kill women and children because you think your family's poor? There's a lot of poor people out there working 2 jobs, barely making it, barely can eat, and they would never hurt anyone. It's sick and disgusting.